not rapping. PaRappa the Rapper is one of those games that I missed out on as a kid. I don't even know how. As big as this game was, you'd figure that someone in my family would have at least rented it from somewhere like Blockbuster. But no, the only times I ever played this game growing up were on demo discs, something that I've found myself saying more and more when looking at games from my childhood. But none of that's relevant now, since just about anyone who owns a PSP, Vita, PS3, and even a PS4 can play this game whenever they want. In fact, it's only by the grace of whomever greenlit this remaster that I get to experience the game at all. At least, legitimately. PaRappa saw some serious success when his game was released back in 1996, and people went absolutely bananas when his 2017 remaster was announced back at PSX 2016. You'd have thought something like a Crash remaster was revealed. It was. You can't really act like nobody saw this coming though. What with PaRappa 2 being added to the PS4's collection of PS2 games, something was definitely on the horizon. But we still don't know if we'll get a PaRappa 3. So excessive rambling aside, I'm pretty sure I wasted like a minute or two talking about random crap. Let's get into this. But before that, yeah, I know, I just contradicted myself. There's this one last thing. Being that this is the first time I've played a legitimate release of this game, it'll first and foremost be a review. But seeing as it's also a remaster, it'll double as a how good is this game as a re-release type of thing. That makes sense, right? Good. Lego! Now I'm pretty sure at least 50% of you know how this story goes, or at least have the basic idea of it. So to avoid the risk of redundancy, rather than going really in depth, I'll just give a basic rundown of the whole thing. PaRappa wants to get laid. I'm not even joking. But hey, it's a kid's game, so of course they can't outright say that. Instead, PaRappa wants to win over the heart of the lovely Sunny Funny. A flower. I don't know how that whole thing would work, but yeah, sure, go for it, dude. In order to do so, PaRappa has to learn to be nothing less than a hero, as he has to contend with bullies and the ultra-hunk Joe Chin. So, how does the feeble pup do so? By dropping hot beats and spitting fire. That being said, PaRappa takes part in various rap battles with different instructors, ranging from a ninja onion to a chicken that hosts a TV cooking show. If you've ever played a music-based game with timed inputs like Guitar Hero, then you have PaRappa the Rapper to thank because shit, this game made it popular. The instructor lays down the lyrics and you have to do your best to hit the corresponding buttons at the right time. Doing so grants you a certain amount of points, and failing to do so drops your ranking and can even result in a game over. It gets pretty convoluted though, since as much as you need to replicate what the instructor's doing, you also have to add your own style to the mix. But at the same time, you really don't even need to do that, so it becomes this cesspool of trying to hit button inputs at the correct time, and also trying to add your own element to the rap. Things start out easy enough with Chop Chop Master Onion showing PaRappa the basics of becoming a master of martial arts. Can we just appreciate this entire thing? I mean, legitimately catchy rap aside, this guy is a fucking onion who could probably kick my ass, but is also well versed in the art of rhythm and poetry. So I guess you could call this guy a real rapscallion. I need to ask though, why karate? I get it, PaRappa. You want to be able to assert your dominance when assholes like these show up. But was Krav Maga not good enough for you? Close-minded shit. The rap does eventually pick up, with Jackie Chive over here adding in 2 and eventually 3 button inputs to the mix. Overall, the first rap is as good as ever, and the initial look of the remaster really shows here. Then again, it's nothing special. I mean, all they did was clean up jagged edges, and even a few of the textures here and there. You'd only really notice any of the changes by doing a side-by-side comparison of both old and new titles. So, following PaRappa mastering the age-old art of self-defense, we see that he now longs to have a driver's license following Joe Chin showing up and impressing Sunny with his new car. He also kills someone, that happens too, so in order to get his license, PaRappa must battle against instructor Mussolini.
You wanna learn how to drive, huh? It's harder than you think it is. If you think you can handle it, try this rap.
What the hell was with those random close-ups? This is the part of the game when things start to get interesting, as the inputs become more complicated and the idea of immediate reaction is also introduced. Basically, Mussolini says something and you have to repeat it right away. This is also where things start to become a bit ridiculous. I mean, you're dealing with a driving instructor who knows all there is to know about being safe while behind the wheel, but she just leaves her door open for no reason at all. In the end though, there's really nothing wrong with this rap. Honestly, I see this type of funny business on the road every day. It's nothing new. Now then, PaRappa gets his license, and being that he's a total god at driving, I mean, did you see his skills back there? He decides to take his pops' car out for a joyride with Sunny, KT, and PJ. But as per usual, he starts thinking with something other than his head and crashes the car, but not before it's sent barreling into space. Yeah, that happens too. So now that he's totaled the car and his dad's gonna bite him, PaRappa decides to get a job at the flea market that's run by hippie stoner McFrogface. This rap, oh jeez, this rap is a goodie. Just because the rhythm is slow, that don't mean that you can't flow. That being said, the rap is considerably easy. What truly matters though is the lesson taught by Prince Flea Swallow. This guy is a modern day prophet. I mean, he speaks nothing but the truth. You don't need any of that materialistic garbage to be happy. You just need to be nice. What a wonderful lesson for the kids. Let's be honest, this game was already great, but that addition of such a wonderful moral makes it so much better. Up until he comes right out and says, fuck that shit, all you really need is cash. Let's be real, that's more truthful than just be nice, man. But even then, nothing that this guy says makes any sense. I mean, he starts out the rap with this.
I'm working in the flea market so early. I've been working here since my mama was a baby.
What? So somehow after not even a day of work, PaRappa gets enough money to replace his dad's car. But uh-oh, tomorrow is Sunny's birthday, and PaRappa is tasked with buying the cake. And would you know it, he wants to impress Sunny so much that he buys her the cheapest cake in the store. It's not that easy though, since Joe Chin shows up with a cake of his own and PaRappa accidentally drops his. This leads to the next rap, Cheap Cooking. Now listen, this level is known for being notoriously difficult, and it's no better here. See, somewhere during the process of remastering this game, the timing for this entire session was incredibly screwed up. I don't know what it is, but Sony, patch this, please! I'd like to face a legitimate challenge instead of a broken level. In fact, the only way I was able to clear this part was by syncing the official soundtrack with the gameplay and basing the time of my button inputs off of PaRappa's voice. It was horrible. Even then, I can imagine how hard this was before the timing was thrown off, and this chicken cunt is just ruthless. Like, Martha Stewart chicken is a total pain in the ass, and I was a little too glad when I was done with her. But now that PaRappa has a cake, albeit a very nasty one with seafood in it, it's time for Sunny's birthday. The two even get some alone time together until PaRappa starts having some issues on account of eating too much gross-ass cake. This leads to a rap against the previous instructors who also need to relieve themselves. It's basically a test of skills that each have taught PaRappa, and it's a pretty damn good time. I like the amalgamation of all the rap styles, and Martha Stewart chicken is still kicking my ass here! I need to ask myself though, what else should I expect from a rap based around needing to take a shit? And this brings us to the final part of the game, I Gotta Believe, which is appropriately named after PaRappa's signature catchphrase. He's invited to rap alongside his instructors and MC King Kong Mushi, as well as finally getting a date with Sunny. For the final level, it's pretty damn good. The rap is fun, the beat is easy to learn, and the lyrics really make you question what you're hearing. Wait, what? I'm a trifle deaf in this ear. Speak a little louder next time. There is this one issue that I have, and it has to do with the fact that at one point, PaRappa just stops caring and starts freestyling a bunch of shit, leading to random button inputs popping up without warning. It's a beginner's trap at best, so that means once you know it's coming, there's really no big deal. Over the course of the rap, PaRappa confesses his love to Sunny and ultimately wins her heart. With this, the game ends. And I know what you're all thinking. This game is too short. And that's because it is. PaRappa the Rapper is an ungodly short game. But there is a fair bit of replayability here. First off, clearing the game unlocks Cool Mode. Cool Mode is one of the 4 rankings you can achieve during a rap, and is only ever reached by sprucing up the raps and adding your own inputs. It might sound complicated, but it's actually really easy, since you'll most likely always get it by just mashing random buttons on the controller. To be fair though, it's not always that simple to get cool mode. I know the fucking chicken almost gave me an aneurysm from the excessive amounts of rage I experienced during this. Like, just let me get the cool mode so I can leave your stupid ass level. Once you're cool enough, your rap instructor decides to leave and you get free reign to do what you want. As enjoyable as this is though, it kind of breaks the game since, well, just watch. Being that this is also a remaster, there's a few new added things like trophy support, secrets, and even additional tracks for each rap. There's lots of replayability here, and even after getting all of the trophies and platinuming it, I still want to play more of the game. Overall, as a remaster, the game is just okay. There wasn't much done here besides a small graphical overhaul, and even then, it still feels a bit lackluster. Nothing was done to update the cutscenes. They're exactly the same as their PS1 counterpart, except for the fact that the word Frosty was censored.
And a large chocolate, please. A junior chunky burger, curly fries, and a large chocolate frosty, please.
And the teasing of the second game at the end was removed? Alrighty then. So yeah, PaRappa the Rapper Remastered as a game is good, but as a remaster, it's just okay. That being said, if you're someone who hasn't experienced this game yet, then by all means, go for it. But if you're someone who's already played it, stick to whatever version you already have. Unless you're a diehard fan, then go for it. Now, if you'll excuse me, there's a certain game a fair bit of you are dying to see me play. But alas, a roadblock prevents me from doing so. Rest assured though, next time, we are taking a look at this. Fasten your seatbelts. Want to keep up with everything that I'm up to? You probably don't. But for those of you who do, head on over to twitter.com/ThatGuyCal show and click follow.